Yeah, I know that. Perfect. Thanks, Jill.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Okay, so now it's being recorded. So I am 23, and like I said, I live in Auburndale, Florida. Tomorrow, I'm 32 weeks pregnant, which is just crazy. You guys can't see my big bump underneath like the camera view, but I am getting big and I'm losing breath like every time I talk. So just bear with me tonight. It's been such a great time being pregnant. I'm having my first baby girl in September and just feel really blessed to be here at Savvy. My journey here has looked, so amazing these past 2 months. I joined May 11th, so just a little over 2 months ago. I jumped into Savvy, and my friend Sarah introduced me to Savvy. So Sarah was the one that was on the Monday night call in the Savvy Brand Partners page. For those of you that know Sarah, she's amazing. And Sarah and I connected just through our previous network marketing company. She hit up my DMs one day and we met up at Starbucks like in the middle of COVID over a year ago to just like work and get to know each other. And her and I just hit it off. And I never imagined that we would be power partners now in a totally different business, thriving and just growing this thing together. But it's so cool how God just like connects people for different seasons. And it's not a coincidence at all. So Sarah shared Savvy with me for about 10 months, you guys, and I like blew her off. I remember when she called me a year ago this month, because this month is her 1 year at Savvy. And she called me and she was like, "Hey, Sammi, I just wanted you to know like this new thing that I'm doing." And she's like, "You're going to be seeing it on social media." And I was like, what the heck? Like, what is she doing? She's crazy. She's going to regret this. She's making a mistake. Like, I said all of these things, thinking in my head, like, what is she doing? And I was so closed-minded and so uneducated. And fast forward 10 months later, here I am in May, getting ready to have my first baby, now 2 months out from having my first baby. And I had to take a hard look at myself and realize that I was not where I needed to be for my family to allow myself and my husband to be stay-at-home working parents. And that is why 5 years ago, I got into this industry to begin with. And so I had to really just decide that I was going to swallow my pride and look into Savvy. So all of that to say, there are people in your network right now that were just like me who are seeing you share this and they're seeing you do it and they think that you're crazy, just like I thought Sarah was crazy and I didn't get it. And Sarah was so consistent with me, even though we were close friends. She never put so much pressure to like cross a boundary to make me feel uncomfortable, but she always just offered Savvy in such an authentic way because she knew my family's desire and my heart's desire to be a stay-at-home working mom. And she knew I wasn't going to get there with the path that I was currently taking. So continue to just meet people where they are, just like Sarah met me where I was, because now I'm here and I can't imagine not being here. And just to see what's happened in the last 2 months, like, is mind-blowing. And that's what I'm going to share with you guys tonight, is all of my tips for being a top enroller. So the first thing that I want to share with you guys when it comes to really, if you want to build this big and you want to be making thousands of dollars a month and you want to see that true residual income, you really want to identify what kind of paycheck goal do you want to see. I know for me, like, I'm definitely motivated by the money. Like, I want to see the money to know that it's working. And so I set a goal for myself and I told Sarah this. I said, if I join Savvy, I have to make $5,000 a month by September, by the time my baby girl gets here. Because if I don't make $5,000 a month, then my husband can't step out of his job and I'm not going to be able to stay home with my baby girl. So I have to make $5,000 a month. And so I knew that the quickest way that I was going to be able to make $5,000 a month is by growing a team and bringing in brand partners onto my team. So I knew that meant every conversation I needed to have with people needed to be focused on the opportunity and to lead with the business, and always to lead with the business. And so in 2 short months here, I have accomplished that goal, which is just mind blowing. And I share that with you because I want you to know it doesn't matter if you've been here a year, a month, a couple of weeks, like you are capable of earning the kind of income that you want to earn here if you're willing to put in the work that's required to be done. And I was willing to do that. When I joined, I was like, I'm not looking back. I'm diving all in because I got to make $5,000 a month. That's my goal. That's my priority. So I'm going to share with you a 5-step kind of process of what I do to reach out to people, engage them, and then help them join and help them get started. And so the first thing that you want to do, because we're just going to dive right in, is you always want to have your list. You always want to have your list ready to go. And so that's step 1, is make your list. I update my list once a week on a Google sheet, because I have a MacBook, or if you have Excel or you want to use like Google Documents or something, I put all of my prospects' names in my Google sheet. So these are Instagram followers, Facebook friends, contacts, coworkers, everybody that I know. I put all of their names in the left column. I put the day that I reach out to them in the next column. And then I put the kind of response that they give me. So did they ignore me? Did they say yes to wanting to learn about the business? Did they say no? And so I put a little note in there, and I update this once a week so that I know where everybody's at. Because if I don't do this and I'm not organized, I'm going to forget about people. And I don't want to forget about people because this is a people business. You always have to be having conversations with people. You want to know the kind of response that you're getting so that you know when to follow up. You want to have this list ready at the beginning of your week, or whenever that work week kind of starts for you, knowing the best days are for you to actually work your business. So for me, I have my list ready to go once a week. And then I know ahead of time who I'm going to be reaching out to, because you're way more likely to execute it when you have a plan. I commute to and from work. In total, 2 hours a day, I'm in the car. I drive an hour into downtown Tampa and an hour back home. And so to make the most of my hour, I always have a list ready. So it's in my car. So when I'm driving that hour, I'm voice memoing people and I'm reaching out and I'm making the most of that time. Because then I'm at work all day, and then I get home, and then I run a full-time marketing business from my phone, and then I have to cook dinner, and then I'm exhausted because I'm 32 weeks pregnant and I need to exercise and do yoga. And so it's like, okay, I got 2 hours a day I'm sitting in the car. I need to have a list ready to go. So do that on Sunday, do that on Monday, and have it ready so you can do that while you're in the car. So that's my first thing, have your list ready. My second step for you is lead with the business always. And I know this is hard for some people. This has never been hard for me, but if this is hard for you, I want to just encourage you really fast, because it is not your job to decide who this is a good fit for. It is up to that person that you're reaching out to decide if this is for them. So you are truly doing a disservice if you do not offer the opportunity and you don't offer the business. It literally takes one extra step to just ask the dang question. So I always lead with the business. Even if somebody comes to me and they ask me about the close, I flip it around and I'll answer their questions or I'll send some recommendations, but I will still flip it around and I'll say, hey, have you thought about maybe getting a deeper discount, wearing these clothes, sharing with your friends, and earning an extra income? And I always lead with the business, even if somebody comes to me about the clothes. So if you haven't brought up the business in some of these conversations you're having with people, bring it up. You can casually just be like, you know what? I realized that I forgot to offer the opportunity for you to diversify your family's income. And I'm sorry for that. And I want to offer it to you. If you would like to get a greater discount, wear these clothes and share them with your friends, I'd love to tell you more about it. Are you open to checking it out? So just know, at any point in the conversation, if you're like, oh, I forgot to mention the business or whatever, you can go back, you can bring it up. It's okay. But always lead with the business when you're doing new reach outs, which leads me to step number 3. which is you always want to voice memo a reach out. So this is when you're getting ready to reach out to somebody, and now it's time to offer the opportunity to them. Always voice memo. Another thing I'm sure could be challenging or hard for some of you who are may not be comfortable with it. How you get comfortable with it is you just do it. And then you do it again, and then you do it again. And you practice. How you practice is do it with your sponsor, do it with your team, do it with your husband or your friend. When you just start voice memoing responses and get comfortable hearing your own voice, you will get good at it. I love voice memos because I can't overthink it. I can't overthink it, or I have to delete the whole message and start over. And I don't want to waste my time. My time is precious. So instead of just texting, I like to voice memo. And so when you voice memo somebody, you want to keep it as simple and as short as possible to just be able to pique their interest enough without overwhelming them. And just in my 2 short months of being here, I've tweaked my language a lot because I realized when I first started 2 months ago, I was actually kind of sharing too much. And now through trainings that I've been a part of, that I've been learning from other leaders, I've actually shortened and simplified my reach out language. And so I'm going to share with you what I say to people when I reach out in just a very simple way. And I will put this in the chat at the end. So just know if you can't like write this down, it's okay. I'll put it in the chat so you can have it. So obviously, you want your reach out to be personal to the person that you're reaching out to. But overall, I like to keep this general format when I'm reaching out to somebody. I typically say something like this. I'll be like, hey, Jessica, how's your day going? I just got off work and I realized that I haven't reached out to you yet, sharing a new opportunity that I'm a part of, helping launch a premium athleisure brand. If I sent you a quick video, would you check it out? That's it. I'm just saying, hey, how's your day? I'm helping launch a brand. I've forgotten to share it with you and I want to. I think it could be great. Would you watch a video if I sent it your way? That's step number 3, is just sending that voice memo, keeping it simple, not overwhelming them. I don't even say that it's savvy. I don't even say that we're in pre-launch. I don't even say anything else. I just offer that. And then this 4th step, that step 4, is now you're going to send a video. And so there are different videos that you can send, and I will actually drop all of these different videos in the chat box for you to have at the end. So just stay tuned for that, because my upline Sarah shared a ton with me when I joined, and I found 3 videos to be really helpful to send to people. One of them is from Christina Watts, one is from Jackie Pruitt, one is from Christy Belliston. And then me and Sarah recently just recorded one that you guys are free to use. We'd be happy to share that with you. So I'll share all the videos in the chat for you guys to grab. So when somebody replies and they say, yeah, sure, I'm interested in checking it out, because like 90% of the time, since you've kept it so short and simple, that person is going to be somewhat interested, or they're going to be like, what is this exactly? Like, what are you talking about? Which is what you want them to do. You want them to ask you questions and to start, piquing their interest. If you are using the ATM method, then instead of sending one of these videos that I'll put in the chat in a little bit, you could always just plug them into that Facebook group. If your network is on Facebook and you're using that method, this is the step to where you can just add them to that Facebook group and you can tag them in one of those videos. Personally, I don't use the ATM method. I have found this to just be a better system for me. And so this is just what I do. This is what I coach my team to do. I think ATM is great. And if you have a large Facebook network, that's awesome. I don't. My network is all on Instagram. And so I utilize just these very simple videos. And I think it moves people through the funnel for me quicker, because I'm not having to add them to a Facebook group, tag them in a video, and kind of wait. I'm able to just engage them with one quick video. I don't think one system is better than the other. I think it just matters to find what works best for you. So if ATM is working for you, continue to do that. I'm not telling you to change that. I'm telling you, after you send the reach out, to plug those people into that Facebook page if you use the ATM method. If you don't use that method, this may be a great option for you to try. So you send them the video, and then right when you send the video, my fifth step for you in this system that I always do is I offer a group chat, because typically what happens is right after you send that reach out and they're like, what is this? Sure, I'll check out a video. You send them that video, and then they're going to have questions after they watch that video. And so I want to make sure that I am looping them in with a second person to hold them accountable, because people are way more likely to reply and to ask questions when they're being held accountable. And so I offer a group chat right away with my upline, Sarah. So I always plug people in with my upline. And so whoever your upline is, you'd want to plug your prospect into a group chat with them. Or if you feel like maybe somebody sideline or on your team is a better fit for the group chat, you could plug them into a different group chat. I just always do my upline, Sarah, because I want them to feel supported and to know that when they join our team, they'll have support from me and they'll have support from my upline, Sarah. So when they start asking questions or they watch that or they're watching that video, I say something to them like this right when I send the video. I say, since you're going to have questions after watching the video, I'd love to loop you into a group chat with my friend Sarah. She's been doing this much longer than me, and it's going to be beneficial for you to hear from my experience, but also hers, to see if this is a good fit. She's super chill. She's so kind. She runs a full-time child life private practice. Her Instagram is at Sarah Sefford. I always tag her Instagram. Are you cool if I connect us? So I basically ask for their permission to see if they're cool with it. And then when they say yes, I go straight into that group chat. And then I'm introducing my prospect to Sarah. Sarah, this is Jessica. Jessica, this is Sarah. I give each person a little introduction. And I say, I know you're going to have so many questions after watching that video. We're here to help you see if this is a good fit. And then I let kind of Sarah introduce herself and take over. And then that person begins to ask questions. I will also put this language in the chat for you guys. So just know you don't have to be writing all of this down as I'm saying it super fast. I will provide you with all of this. So just a little extra step that I sometimes do with people if I don't have their phone number and we're connected on Instagram is I ask for their phone number. So right when they respond and they say, like, what is this exactly? Or yeah, I'll watch a video. I typically say, I'm out and about right now. I'd love to send you that video. What's your number? I'm so much quicker to reply there, and I want to give you the time and attention that you deserve. So I always get their number, and then I move it to text message so we can get out of Instagram, because Instagram messages can get lost and cluttered and overwhelming, and it's much easier to keep track over text. So I'll loop people in over text, and then it's easier to get them connected into a group chat, because then I just can plug Sarah's phone number in with their phone number and mine, and they're way more likely to reply, because people are quicker when it's off social media, because not everyone's checking social media as frequently as they are their text messages. So that's something that I like to do. Okay, so this is my 5-step system of what I do every day, right? I have my list ready to go. I lead with the business. I send a voice memo reach out. I send a video, and I start a group chat. And then I repeat it like over and over and over and over again. So when I first joined 2 months ago, I started 70 group chats with Sarah in my first 3 weeks. I started 70 group chats out of like 400 to 500 conversations I was having. So I wasn't just having 70 conversations. I was having hundreds of conversations and was able to loop 70 people into group chats, which just goes to show you the return rate of that. You're not going to get 100% of people who are going to be wanting to take the next step, and that's okay. Out of the 70 group chats I started, 23 of those people enrolled. 23, that's awesome. That shows me that that group chat and that connection, that extra accountability has a great return rate. So 23 brand partners joined me in May, and that put me as the number 2 in the enroller pool for that month, in my first month. And then in June, from all those people that ignored me the previous month, those people were coming around, and I was doing new reach outs, and I was having all these people replying to me, and then all of these new reach outs I was doing. And then I had 26 people join me in June as a brand partner. And then I ended number 1 in the enroller pool. So this system is effective when you use it consistently and you do it really hard, really fast. Remember, my goal was to earn $5,000 a month by September. So when I started, when I tell you guys, I was outside of my day job where I couldn't have my phone and I was like working and focused on that. I was doing Savvy every other second of the day because my priority was my family, to be able to bring in that income because I knew what it was going to do for my family. So I made no excuses. My husband cooked dinner. My husband cleaned the house. He did everything else. And I was lasered in on Savvy. I said no to things. I was fully prioritized on Savvy everything in May and June, and still right now, because I'm still building and I'm still going to continue to build and I'm still going to continue to grow. And so I really was probably putting in anywhere from, I would say, like 5 or 6 hours a day doing Savvy around my already current day job and my full-time marketing business. And that was a sacrifice I was willing to make because I desired so deeply for this to work for my family. So now I'm going to share with you 5 of my top tips. These are just like tips that I just want to encourage you to write down to know what I do in addition to following that very simple strategy that I just shared with you. And so, my first tip for you is that you need to follow up with people in 24 hours of them ignoring your first reach out. Within 24 hours. So, if you reach out to somebody tonight, which actually at the end, we're going to be doing some of this, and they ignore you, by tomorrow at midnight, you should have followed up with them because they probably got busy. They probably didn't see it. And you can't take it personal. If you take people ignoring you personally, you're never going to grow because you're going to always feel like it's a personal attack. It is not a personal attack. Somebody ignoring you is not personally attacking you. It may just not be the right timing. They may have got busy. So instead of you thinking about nothing or thinking of what they're thinking of you, you just need to get over it and you just need to follow up. And so when you follow up, you can say something super short, super sweet. This is what I say to people, and I'll put this in the chat. I say, "Hi, Jessica, I'm thinking of you, and I wanted to see if you had a chance to listen to my voice memo from yesterday. I'd love to share more about this brand that I'm helping to launch and how lucrative this could be for you." That's it. Takes me 10 seconds to send that voice memo. And then I move on to the next person that's ignored me. So that's my first tip. You need to follow up in 24 hours of them ignoring your first reach out. My second tip for you, you need to follow up again in 48 hours of them ignoring you again. So you sent your voice memo reach out, you sent your first follow up, and now you've been ignored twice. You're going to follow up again for a third time, but this time you're going to do it in 48 hours. So maybe wait 2 days to do it instead of right away. And then what you're going to say is you are going to say something like this. You're going to totally kind of change it up. I like to say, "Jessica, I had to show you the cutest set that I just got in the other day. One of the best parts of helping launch this premium athleisure brand is getting an amazing discount on these clothes, and I'm obsessed living in them. What do you look for when you're shopping for leggings or activewear?" So now I've kind of changed it away from like, I have this opportunity for you, to attaching a tangible piece of the clothes and of Savvy to the follow up. So in that follow up, now I'm sending a picture of me wearing the clothes. And so now they're going to see a piece, and then it's just a different way to follow up and engage with people. So now let's say that she responds and she's like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cute." You can go right into sending recommendations, but what you don't want to do is you don't want to fully default to the customer route and default to the close. All you were doing was trying to engage her in a different way. So now that she replies to you sending a tangible piece about the close, you want her to still see the bigger picture. And so you can send some recommendations of things when she tells you what she's looking for, but you're going to say, "I'm so excited to help you get a super deep discount as a brand partner and get to earn an income for your family by wearing and sharing these clothes. So I'm going to go ahead and send you that video, and then you're going to offer the group chat." And you're basically going to go back to the beginning steps that I just shared with you, that when someone is interested, you send the video, you offer the group chat. You always go back to that to continue to lead with the business instead of just defaulting to the close. Now, if somebody actually is like, "No, I'm not interested in learning about that," obviously you're going to counter their objection with confidence. So that is my third tip for you. When you get objections from people, whether it's I'm too busy or I don't have any money or this just isn't my thing, you always want to counter objections with confidence. You want to replace the limiting belief and the lie that they're believing with truth. So when you get an objection, I want you to embrace it. I may be a little weird in saying this, but I actually enjoy when people give hesitations to me. I like it. I like the challenge because I remember how I felt before I joined Savvy. I remember how a lot of the girls on my team felt before they joined Savvy and all the hesitations that they had. And so I knew that Sarah was willing to walk through my limiting beliefs with me. And so I want to be that person for all of these people that have limiting beliefs. And so you want to be that person for those people too, because you don't know who in their life is helping them through these objections and these fears and these limiting beliefs that they're having. And so you have that opportunity to do that and to meet them right where they are. And so I like that. I like that challenge. I like the hesitation because it allows me to connect with them on a deeper level. And so the approach that I always use is called feel, felt, found. And so basically what that means is when you're countering their objection, you're going to validate them. You're going to connect with them. You're going to relate to them. And you're going to say, I feel you, girl. I am so busy just like you. Aren't we all the busiest people that we know? I work, during the day. I have a full-time marketing business. I'm currently pregnant. And you just kind of relate to them. You connect with the objection. You say how you felt the same exact way before you joined. And so that's the second part. So you feel and you connect with them. You share how you felt the same way. And you say, I felt the same exact way before I joined Savvy. I didn't think that I had the time to do this, but here's what I found. And then you end it with countering that objection with the truth. I found that I could actually wear these clothes. I could share a link with my friends, whether it was through social media or just wearing the clothes to work and people are asking me about them. In 15 to 30 minutes a day, I found that I can diversify my family's income by just serving people and connecting with them and sharing these clothes with them. So if I can do it, what makes you think that you can't do it? And so you're just walking them through that objection. You're relating, you're helping them just connect with you, and you're helping them replace that lie with truth. So whatever the objection is, you can use this approach with them. So that's my third tip for you, is counter objections with confidence. My fourth tip for you is you need to be reaching out to more new people a week than you are following up with. One of the biggest mistakes that I've made over the years being in network marketing and that I've learned is that anytime I felt stuck, it was likely because I wasn't having any new conversations. It was likely because I was just circling in my funnel with all the same people, and all those people, it's not their timing. And so you're going to feel stuck if you're just talking to the same people over and over again and it's going nowhere. And you're like, gosh, they said they were going to join when they get their paycheck. Never count your chickens before they hatch. Never assume someone's actually going to join when they get their paycheck or they're actually going to purchase. Never assume that it's going to happen until it happens. And so you want to be hopeful, but you want to move on and you want to find the people that are actually serious right now. So if you're feeling stuck, you want to be reaching out to more new people than you are following up with. So instead of going into this convincing mode till you're going blue in the face, trying to convince people to join you, move on. I promise you, it is going to be so freeing to just meet people where they are and say, I get it. You know what? You've countered their hesitations. You've gone through everything. You've had them in the group chat and they're just not ready. Just be like, I love you, girl. I'll follow up with you next week, or I'll follow up with you next month. And you're going to stay connected with them. You're still going to build a relationship with them. You're not going anywhere. You're still going to connect with them. You're just going to move on. You're going to go find your people who are ready right now. So that's my fourth thing, is reach out to more new people a week than you're following up with. And my final tip for you is show up authentically on social media. It doesn't matter if you have 100 Instagram followers or 100,000 Instagram followers. I have girls on my team that actually have that wide of a range of Instagram followers. And sometimes the girls that have less Instagram followers see more results than the ones that have more. So if you think that just because someone has more Instagram followers than you, they have it easier, that's not the case. It's, are you showing up authentically? Are you wearing and sharing? Are you being yourself? If you are not showing up on video, sharing your life, sharing your wins, sharing your losses, the real life versus the highlight reel, that's what people connect to. If you're not doing those things and incorporating Savvy, people are not going to feel drawn to you. They're not going to feel connected to you. They want to get to know you. They want to see how you live your life and how you incorporate Savvy into it. And so one of the biggest things that I prioritize and that I do is I draw people to me. I lead people to me because I am very consistent in showing up authentically about everything in my life. And I sprinkle Savvy in about 2 to 3 times a week. Not every day, just 2 to 3 times a week. I typically try to aim to do one Savvy, like business related video a week. So this could be me like sharing, like a Zoom info session is coming up and I want to invite people to it. And so I offer that in the week, and I share about Savvy and I share about what I'm loving and some stats about the company. So I try to do like one business related video a week. I try to do one like product related video. So that could be a video of me wearing the clothes, doing a try on haul, something longer, more deeper, sharing the clothes. And then I just incorporate pictures of Savvy through like outfits of the day. So just wearing and sharing people what I'm wearing to work, what I'm wearing to the grocery store, and just sharing the pieces and showing the clothes. So show up authentically on social media and be yourself. You don't know what to talk about. You think your life is too boring. Those are all lies. Your life is not too boring. There are people that you follow that you like to see what they're sharing, and they probably share the randomest things, but you still like to follow them and you like to engage with them. So there are people that are following you that just want to connect with you. So share about your family, share about wins, share about losses, just be yourself and show up authentically. And then the last thing I want to share is that a typical return rate is 10% when it comes to reach outs. And this is something we all need to remember. So if you have a goal like mine and you want to earn $5,000 a month, the reality is 10 reach outs a day isn't going to cut it. It's not. It may cut it if you want to earn $5,000 a month in a couple of years, but it's not going to cut it if you want to earn $5,000 a month like I'm trying to earn by September. That kind of goal that you're setting for yourself, of the kind of income that you're wanting to earn, you need to set a specific reach out goal to it. So for me, I know if I do 100 new reach outs a week, that's going to yield 10 people, at least 10 people being willing to take that next step and get in that group chat. And then from there, I can expect one person to actually enroll and actually sign up. I'm not expecting 100 people to say yes to me or 100 people to get into group chats with me. If I expected that, my hopes would really be hurt and I'd get stuck and I'd be really defeated. So don't put those unrealistic expectations onto yourself, thinking 100% of the conversations you have are going to lead to a yes. That's just not true. So instead of putting that pressure on yourself and getting upset and complaining and being like, oh my gosh, like I did 100 reach outs and I only got 15 replies. That's better than a 10% return rate, which is normal. So expect 10% of the combos that you have to lead to a yes, and then set your goals around that. Okay, let's go into some questions because I'm seeing the chat blow up. So let me pull up the chat and go through all of these questions. And then we do have a fun activity that we're doing, so don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm scrolling up to the top. And let's see. Yep, I'm going to give you all the language. How many reach outs do you get through in a day? So I hope I answered that for you. If I'm aiming to make $5,000 a month, I try to aim to do 100 reach outs a week. So, and I try to only work 5 days a week. I always give myself a rest day, because you need to give yourself a rest day. So I honor Sundays as my rest day. It's the Sabbath, so I honor that. And I try not to do any new reach outs on Sunday. I just respond to messages. And then Saturdays are family days, and I try to not be as, focused on new reach outs those days. So that would be like 20 reach outs a day, Monday through Friday, if I'm doing 100 a week. So if you text them the video, where do you pull them into the group chat? So you do it straight through text message. So when you text them the video and you offer the group chat to them, when they say yes to the group chat, you just start the group chat right over text message. It doesn't matter if they have an Android, you just can't send a voice memo. You're just going to have to text it, which that's okay. So I still would rather have their phone number and text with an Android than keep the conversation on Instagram. So I am utilizing my warm network. I'm utilizing my warm network from Facebook. I'm utilizing my warm network from Instagram, from my contacts. I have not tapped into my cold market. In 5 years of network marketing, I've never sent a cold reach out or a cold message. But I will tell you that what I do when I feel like I really have gotten through my entire warm network is I begin to strategically find new people in my niche that I'm going to engage with and that I'm going to eventually reach out to about Savvy. And so, how I do that is I think about my life and I think about my Instagram and I think about what are the things that I'm posting that I'm interested in. And so, for me, that would be pregnancy, pregnancy, married life, dog mom life, Christian, um, marketing expert. Those are like the 5 things that categorize me. And so, how I'm going to find other people that are also pregnant, also married, and in those categories is I'm going to use hashtags. So, I'm going to hashtag moms to be 2021, third trimester, dog moms of Florida. You could search people by location. Let's say that you want to find people in your area. Look up a cool bar, restaurant, location in your city and go to that location on Instagram and look at all the people that are going to that location or going to that restaurant. And you can see under the location all these people that have tagged that place. And so when you start engaging with them, they're going to see that you also live in Tampa, Florida. And when you go and you engage with people under the hashtag moms to be, and they see you're in the third trimester and they're in their third trimester, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, we're due around the same date. So think about your life. Think about how you can find new people. And what you're going to do is you're going to find these new people through hashtags. You're going to be able to connect with them through stories. So I try to only follow people that actually are active on stories because it's really hard to engage with someone who's not active on stories. So really just try to engage with people that do have a story. You're going to follow them. You're going to start engaging with them on stories for a couple of weeks. And then you're going to do the approach that Josh trained us on. If you guys watched that training from last week, where I can't remember the specific acronym he gave, but basically you're just kind of starting a conversation with them. So let's say that they put on their story that their kid just had a tantrum and you also have a kid who's a toddler. And so you swipe up and you're like, oh my gosh, girl, I can so relate to you. And she responds and she's like, yep, it's just one of those days. And you could be like, it's so crazy how I found your page. So great to be connected. Like, where are you from? And then she shares where she's from. And then she may ask you where you're from. And then you're like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. What do you do for work? And then she shares what she does for work. And then hopefully she asks you what you do for work. And if she doesn't, you can share with her what you do for work. So you just kind of want to start a natural conversation with people in hopes that they will follow you back. Because then once they follow you back, they're going to start seeing your posts and your stories where you're showing up authentically. You're sharing about Savvy and you're wearing the clothes and you're sharing about your life. And they're going to be interested after they're seeing that. And then in a couple of weeks, once you've built that relationship with them, you can go in for that reach out. And you could be like, Jessica, it's been so fun, like getting to connect with you these last couple of weeks. I see that you've been, watching my stories. If you're interested in learning more about this premium athleisure brand I'm helping to launch, I think it would be such a good fit for your family. If I sent you a video, would you be down to check it out? So after a couple of weeks of building that kind of relationship with them, you can then offer the reach out. So I hope that answers that question of like how you can engage new people, but not make it like a cold message where you've never engaged with them before and it just kind of, instead of going right in for it, you've kind of built that relationship first. So I hope that answers that question for you. Okay, let's see what else. I'll put my Instagram handle in the chat. Okay, I already answered that about how I get so many people on my list because I'm always aiming to find new people. So set a goal for yourself. If you're going to send 50 new reach outs a week and 20 follow ups a week, add to your income producing activity that you're going to find 20 new Instagram accounts to follow that week as well. And then find those 20 new people and then start engaging with them. And that's how you can always have new people that are going to be going through your funnel. Yes, I think it was, Erica, I think you're right. I think it was the FORM acronym. Yep, family, occupation, relationship, message. So you connect with them about family first, then you connect about occupation, then you connect about just building a relationship, and then you kind of share what it is that you're doing here and why you're excited about it. So that's perfect. So what I tell people when I send, so when you say info session, I think you're talking about when I send the video. So when I send the video to them, I always tell them, because I offer the group chat right away. So I always offer the group chat when I send the video. And if they don't respond to that group chat, I'm following up within 24 hours. So typically, I'm not like, I'm going to check back in later and see what questions you have. Because then if I do that, they're then not going to like respond to the group chat message. They're just going to be like, oh, I can watch this video and then ignore her offering the group chat. So that's why I send the video and I offer the group chat right away so that I can get them plugged into that. And then if they ignore that, I'm following up with them right away in 24 hours to hopefully re-engage them into that chat. Okay, so let me put some language here in the chat for you guys. So we've got, when you voice memo, here's what you're gonna say. So Emily, if they ignore the group chat, I follow up within 24 hours as well. And so I could say something like personally to them. So this is a personal, not in the group chat, because if they've ignored the group chat, there could be a reason. So I follow up personally and I'll just be like, hey, Jessica, I wanted you to just remind you, I got that group chat started. Not sure if you've had a chance to see it yet. I'm so excited for you to get to hear Sarah's experience and for us to just share more with you. I just wanted to send you a reminder that I got that started. Just like a super quick follow-up to just remind them about the group chat. Okay, so I just sent the new reach out language that I use. And then here is all the different videos that you can choose from. From this list, there is a ton. Whoops. Looks like it's too long, so I'll split it up. I'll send like the first 7. So Jill, I'll just follow up with their phone number because hopefully I have their phone number at that point. If not, I'll just follow up on Instagram. It's just whatever contact you have to be able to follow up. Okay, so here's all the videos that you guys can copy and save to a note in your phone. Don't waste your time watching all of these videos. Just know that the best ones to send to people is going to be numbers 6, 7, or 8, which is Jackie Pruitt's, Christina Watts, or Christy Bellington's. And then if you have someone who is like under 25, you could do me and Sarah's, which is the top one that we have on YouTube. And then you can use the other ones for all different kinds of prospects. So you can check those out. So there's the videos for you guys. And then whenever you offer the group chat, you're going to say something like this. So, right, you send your voice memo, they say yes, you send a video, and you offer the group chat. So there's that language to offer the group chat to them. And then I'm not going to give you language for when you start the group chat, because that's just you like introducing your prospect to your upline. And then you're basically just saying, meet so and so. We're so excited to share more about Savvy with you. After you watch that video, you're going to have questions. So drop it right here in our chat. So Abby, I'm not like the admin of the ATM page, so I'm not sure who is. So who would be able to add that? That's something that maybe like our higher up leaders would have to do. But I know these videos are on YouTube. They're not in that page, I don't think. I don't know, they could be. Okay, so here is the follow-up language that you're gonna do within 24 hours when someone ignores you. And then here's the follow-up language you're gonna do in 48 hours when they ignore you again. Or anytime you're just reconnecting with someone who's ignored you, you could do that. And you're gonna send a picture with it and attach it. Okay. All right, so there's all that language for you guys. So now what we're gonna do for the next 10 minutes, we're gonna be done with this at 9 o'clock. So really the next 10 minutes, we are going to do some action items and we're gonna put this into action, because how you get unstuck is you propel into action. When you can be consistent in the little things, you can be rewarded in great things. Remember that. If you can be consistent in the little things, you can be rewarded in the great things. Like write that down and get that embedded into your brain. You can be rewarded in big things if you can be consistent in little things. I repeat that to myself every single day because it's so true. The day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. You have to water it every day and be consistent. And then you get to eat the fruit in a couple months or a couple years. It's gonna all come at different times. For the next 10 minutes, we're gonna all put ourselves on mute. And here's what you're gonna do. 3 things. First thing you're gonna do, you're gonna pick 2 people that you're gonna send a voice memo reach out to. And you're gonna reach out to 2 people you haven't reached out to yet. You're gonna go through your Facebook list, grab the first 2 people you see, or Instagram, grab the first 2 people you see, and you're gonna reach out and you're gonna use that language that I just sent to send a new voice memo reach out. Then when you're done with that, you're gonna pick 2 people to send a follow-up to that have ignored you, that have not responded to you. And you're gonna use that language I just sent to just kind of follow up and re-engage with them. So you're gonna use that ignore language on 2 people that have ignored you. Lastly, when you're done with the 2 reach outs and the 2 follow-ups, you're gonna take a picture of yourself here on Zoom. You could do a selfie, you could do it this way, you could do it this way, showing the computer and your face in it, or you could just take a picture of the computer and you're gonna put this on your story and you're gonna say something about how blessed you are for this community, the way it challenges you, the support you receive, the impact that is being made here. Give people FOMO. So we're gonna do those 3 things for the next 10 minutes and then we're gonna close off and be done. Okay. So Angelica, the saying that I said was, when you can be consistent in the little things, you can be rewarded in great things. So that's the saying. Write it down and have it. All right, let's go. Next 10 minutes, we're all gonna be on mute. Let's try to honor this time for everybody. If you have a question, put it in the chat, please. Don't take yourself off mute during this time so we all can be focused on doing our 2 reach outs, 2 follow-ups, 1 picture on your Instagram story, and go. Let's do it.